Hey guys, welcome back. I don't know what it is. I don't know how it is. Maybe it just makes a better headline and it exists for that reason, but there seems to be a little bit of a trend here where law enforcement is, instead of enforcing the law, for some reason breaking the law for Pokemon cards. And I don't know if this is like a little bit of a, oh, people get away with it all the time, so I can too kind of thing. I don't know if that's what we're seeing here. I don't know if it's like a power trip. It's like a, oh, I can get away with whatever I want because I'm a police or corrections officer. And yeah, it's okay. So maybe we only have a few examples, but it's still weird to see. It's weird to see someone throw away their career, throw away their reputation in order to either scam some people for some dollarinos in exchange for Pokemon cards that they never send, in exchange for raffles that they, which is weird too. We have Eddie here, who's been featured in a couple videos. I'll have links to those down below. But we got a couple videos here of Eddie. So not only do we have what is illegal gambling in most places, to host these razzle dazzle waffle swaffles. Yes, they're called razzles and waffles and raz and all that shit because it automatically gets detected on platforms if you call it what it is, a raffle or a lottery. Yeah, you're not allowed to do those. It's kind of without saying. Also, the fact that if you're joining those things, please, for the love of God, don't. First of all, usually there's a giant markup on it, so even if people are being honest, you're still wasting your money. Two, it's very easy to rig. They can rig this stuff. They're rigging this stuff. It's been rigged. It will be rigged. Again, this guy was rigging it. He was a police officer. Do you trust police officers that run illegal lotteries? You shouldn't. Don't. All right, now let's see what's going on here. We can, again, watch those videos if you want to take a look at them. Ridiculous. We got a new one. We got one that hasn't been featured on the channel yet. We have Gotta Catch 'em All. Former Alabama jailer allegedly stole Pokemon cards from Walmart, sheriff says. So for all the people, I get every time I have a video that includes someone shoplifting from Walmart, people are like, fuck yeah, shoplift the hell out of that. No, please, for the love of God, do not steal. I don't care if it's your grandmother. I don't care if it's Walmart, I don't care if it's Target, I don't care where it is, LGS, any of it. Do not steal. Just for the love of God, do not steal. It'll catch up to you. I promise it will. It's not a good idea. Do not do it. Do not encourage people to do it. Would not recommend at a 10. Work hard, make some money. You're going to be all right. You'll be okay. Honest. Do not steal. Even if you're a jailer, even if you're a police officer, not a good idea. So we have this example here, and then we'll get into one more that we touched on briefly in the past. But yeah, the moral of the story is do not shoplift. I think that's if you take anything away from this story, these stories, maybe also if you're law enforcement, do not shoplift either. The laws still apply to you. Former Calhoun County Corrections Officer Josh Hardy was arrested August 12th, 2023 after authorities say he stole Pokemon cards. It says cards there. Cards from a Walmart. Very classic. Very bad idea. So also, not to mention the fact that, like, I can't imagine if, okay, so you get criminal charges. If you do end up in jail, I would not want to be a police or corrections officer that ends up in jail. I feel like that would not be a good time. So maybe that's extra motivation for you correctional officers out there to not shoplift. You're going to end up in jail with the people that you have been keeping in jail. A Calhoun County correctional officer is facing criminal charges after authorities say he stole Pokemon cards from Walmart over the weekend. The reported theft happened about 7 p.m. Saturday at the Oxford Walmart. Classic. Calhoun County Sheriff Matthew Wade said Officer Josh Hardy had just completed his shift at the jail and was still in uniform. Oh my God, man. I know I say it a lot on here. Criminals are dumb. But that is very dumb. Not to mention, in this day and age, there are fucking cameras everywhere. Everyone has a camera in their pocket. There are cameras in every single location, every store, basically everywhere. If you steal stuff, you're going to be on camera. You think people aren't going to be able to identify you? You're like going home from work. You live near there, and you're going to the store in your uniform, which makes it even easier to trace you back to where you work. Like, blows my mind. It is with great embarrassment, I feel it, I feel the secondhand embarrassment as I'm reading this, that we have to report this incident, Wade said Monday. And Hardy has been terminated from the Calhoun County Sheriff's Office. So that's the thing too. Like, you put that on your criminal record. You took a course. You took some kind of schooling to become a correctional officer. You probably worked there for some amount of years. Yeah, you put the time in, and now it's all gone because you decided that you're gonna steal from Walmart. Blows my mind. Walmart's loss prevention employees observed Hardy opening multiple packs of Pokemon cards, and he was placing the individual cards in his pockets, the sheriff said. He's getting his fix, getting his Pokemon card opening fix, straight off the shelf. Like, oh, what a stupid way to ruin your life. Hardy began to leave the store without paying for the items, and he was confronted by the store's loss prevention officers. When confronted, Hardy fled from the store on foot. I'd like to see how that interaction went down. Like, the loss prevention officers are probably not supposed to tackle him or whatever, but I can imagine him just pockets full of Pokemon hits, and he's just hiking it. He's just running. Oxford police responded and found Hardy at a local restaurant with the stolen Pokemon cards in his possession. He was arrested for theft and placed in the Oxford City Jail. So I don't know if maybe all that running away, he got hungry and he decided he was going to sit down at the local restaurant and still had the stolen Pokemon cards on him. You can't make this stuff up. I don't know if I could make up a more ridiculous situation. Other than if he was riding, maybe he went to a little carnival or something. He was riding the bumper boats and they caught him in the bumper boat and they had to get in another one and put a police light on the bumper boat that's chasing him down. He has tarnished our agency and the image of all law enforcement, Wade said. As sheriff, I promise to be transparent and hold my staff accountable to a standard higher than average citizens. Yeah, well, I mean, I would hold, I think, anyone to that same standard, that you shouldn't be opening Pokemon cards in a Walmart and pocketing the hits. That's you should learn at a very young age that is not acceptable. Are we on the same page, guys? Please. So then we have this example here. Example number 3, law enforcement. We have a former Joco deputy loses police license after fraudulently trying to buy Pokemon cards. This one was funny, and again, we did touch on this. I think it was a combination video previously, but we have a Johnson County deputy lost his Kansas police license after he tried to fraudulently purchase Pokemon cards. William C. Knight was charged with 1 count of an unlawful act involving a theft detection shielding device, a felony, according to court records. He had been employed with the Johnson County Sheriff's Office from March 2019 to May 2022, according to the Kansas Commission on Peace Officer Standards and Training, the agency responsible for issuing, suspending, and revoking state law enforcement licenses. On May 13th, Knight was in uniform and shopping at a retail store. C-Post records said he went on to a self-checkout with several Pokemon card sets and groceries. A security guard became suspicious and approached Knight, who said he had to leave on a call. I don't know what the call is in quotations. He was later identified and admitted he removed barcodes from inexpensive items he had at home and fraudulently placed them on the Pokemon cards to buy them at a lower cost. C-Post records said the cards had a retail value of about $394. Okay, so I don't know how much was previously opened. I don't know, $400. Please, guys. I mean, it's possible, and it's very likely that these guys got away with this previously, and they thought hey, I'm invincible. They'll never be able to tell. He was charged and entered a diversion agreement in August. Knight's attorney, Kevin Dillette, said his client was an Iraq combat veteran who was excited to serve his community. Unfortunately, in a time of severe stress and anxiety, he exercised poor judgment, leading to this arrest and charge. Dillette said in a statement, despite his discharge from the JCSO, Mr. Knight is gainfully employed, supporting his family and trying to make amends to the victim, his community, and his family through the DA's diversion program. Sergeant Jesse Valdez with the sheriff's office said Knight separated from the agency on May 16th, but did not comment further on the circumstances. Some misdemeanor and fellow convictions bar an individual from having a police license. A diversion is considered a conviction under Kansas law. So, you know what? I'm not buying it. Maybe he was buying the Pokemon cards for his family. It's one of those things where you have an adult male. He was probably getting the Pokemon cards for himself. If I had to guess, maybe he was opening. Maybe he would claim he's doing it for the kids. You know how people like to do that when they're streaming on whatnot, or when they're selling stuff that's over. They're doing it for the kids. Why you got all that Pokemon card product in your shopping cart, in your physical shopping cart in 2021? Oh, you're doing it to it's to screw over the scalpers and for the kids. It's always for the kids, guys. Oh my goodness, so ridiculous. That's the thing. The like stress and anxiety. Is that way? I'm not a medical professional, but I'm kind of sensing bullshit on that. Supporting his family. If it was food, if it's that kind of thing, there's kind of like a feels bad kind of situation. Food or clothes or something that's a necessity, not Pokemon cards, which are definitely not. And you still had money for cards, so you could have just bought less cards and not put a different price tag on them in order to try to game the system, game the unacceptable. Regardless, we have the Kansas the little revocation summary. If anyone wants to read through that, you can give it a pause. But I think we covered that last time. That's it. That's all I got for you today, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We got some stuff in the pipeline here, some research to be done. See if we can't throw it off any more scammers. Any more crooked dookids on the channel here. Make sure you're joining the Discord. Make sure you take that Linktree link down in the description. We got the BCW code. So if you know those like card storage boxes, they have like the semi-rigids, top loaders, and stuff like that. You can now get 10% off with my code Rattle10. Along with a bunch of other codes that are down there. It's just a bunch of good ways to spend your money in Pokemon. Stop buying mystery garbage. Stop buying fucking whatnot, gamble wambles, and razzle dazz. Buy smart stuff. If you want to open a little bit of product, go to awesome game stores that you can support, like psapikachu.com. Don't buy them at Walmart regardless. Unless there's like some kind of super duper sale to the extreme. It's not better. It's not a better price. We got the new set coming out, Paldea, in a couple weeks, less than a couple weeks. Excited for that. We'll have a stream on the channel here, but you can also get your pre-orders from psapikachu.com. That release day wave, you know what I'm saying? Kind of excited for it. We'll see. All right. I'm done rambling. Join the Discord. See you next time.